gosh, like I feel like we just got here for orientation. It's really strange. Like, so in some ways it feels like it's been a really long semester, and then in other ways it feels like it hasn't taken any time at all.
Yeah, I'm sort of the same way in terms of like, I don't know, even sometimes in my classes it's like, did I really just learn this like 2 months ago? It just feels like I learned this recently.
This is Therese Jacquin by Émile Zola, and we just finished reading it for our first year seminar, which is Paris, City of Exile, Charles Nunley, and it's now one of my favorite books, but it was hands down my favorite book that we read all year, and it's just so intense because if you haven't read it, which I'm assuming you have,
I haven't.
it's about this girl, Therese Jacquin, who's married to her cousin and lives with her aunt, and she's basically in love with her cousin's best friend, and they plot to kill her husband, and then they do, and then they're completely haunted by his ghost, and then they end up committing suicide, and it's intense, and it's like, it's so crazy, and I really enjoyed it, and it reminded me a lot, some people were talking today about all the supernatural elements in it, and I was like, this is totally like the twilight of the 19th century.
I chose, also from my seminar, Country of My Skull by Anne T.G. Krog. It's a story about the South Africa Truth and Reconciliation Commission, just like dealing with post-apartheid and how to reconcile sort of the crimes committed by the former government and the new government during the struggle against, black and white South Africans. And I love this book so much. Like, we had to read it within a week, which is really a lot of torture because it's almost 400 pages. A lot of reading, but this book made me cry 24 times within the pages. So that's like once per 20 pages on average, I think. Maybe that's wrong math, I don't know. But it was such a good book because it gives testimonials from the witnesses, like rape stories, crime scenes, like murder, just like as it happens. It's so unbelievable, and at the same time we're like learning about the crimes of apartheid and how it was set up, and it's so incredibly moving to see a country, South Africa, just like trying to move beyond its past and trying to find like a way to reconcile, their past with their present.
Okay, well, I don't go to Ross.
Oh.
Like, just putting that out there. I stay here.
Yeah, I've been sick for 3 weeks. No, 4 weeks. Not that it matters. And I've tried to stay off Ross, because as much as I like Ross, you shouldn't go to Ross if you're sick, because the food will just make you feel that much worse, because there's a lot of pizza and grease, and I prefer Proctor, because there's a lot more tofu.
It's not even that I don't like it's not at all that I don't
really?
like what Ross serves. Just like, it's not my scene.
I don't know. No, I disagree. I really like Ross because of the scene. Like,
no, it's like, well, for me, it's like, why walk all the way over there when I have Proctor right here?
That's true. But I like both scenes. Like, Proctor, like Stewart is the only freshman dorm that eats at Proctor regularly.
Yeah, I always know I'm gonna see someone that I know.
Yeah, and like that's a really nice thing. Like, you'll see all your friends. You'll see a lot of upperclassmen, and that's nice. Whereas I like Ross because before you reach the lunch line, you'll probably say hi to 20 people. I know, swine flu. I don't know, it's just creepy when you see people walking around with surgical masks on. Like, that really freaks me out.
I just think it's crazy, like, the gossip that goes around. It's like, did you hear so-and-so's in isolation? And it's like, I'm quarantined? Like, that's such a horrible word to use. Like, seriously, they quarantine you if you have a fever. Like, there's sometimes, like, I know some people that just, like, wake up and they're hot and they've got a fever, but they don't have swine flu. And then I kind of got sick for, it was like 2 days, and it wasn't even that bad. I didn't have a fever, but I was so scared to call the health center because I was afraid they'd be like, you have to stay in your room now. Like, and I wouldn't be able to leave. And that, I don't know, it's just crazy how everyone freaks out now.
Yeah, they like when I got sick right after the Middlebury Cup, so I'm blaming like like it was windy and rainy when I was playing, so I didn't even get to see the World Cup. I was sick during Halloween. It was like the worst time to get sick, but like people wouldn't like get near me. Like they're like, "Are you sick? Don't
Yeah.
get me sick. Get away from me. Like don't touch me." Like it's like people are really sensitive about like sickness here.